Thank you, Dr. Bilal. A very good evening to all of you. We have got 1500 plus registration for today's session. Thank you all. Let's start our today's topic, that is ONE. Before going to the topic, we should know about what is arthritis, right? So arthritis is an inflammation of the joint. It can affect one joint or multiple joints. The main symptom of arthritis are joint pain, stiffness, which typically worsen with age. The most common type of arthritis are one is osteoarthritis, another one is rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, then what is osteoarthritis? What are the difference between osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis? Osteoarthritis, the most common form of arthritis that involves the wearing and tearing of the cartilage that gaps the bones in joints. Okay. With rheumatoid arthritis, the synovial membrane that protect and lubricate the joint that got inflamed and causing pain and swelling, where the joint erosion may follow. Okay. You can see in the above image, the first one is a healthy joint of knee. The second one is the osteoarthritic knee, and the third one is rheumatoid arthritic knee. Okay, then comes what is the ABCD of arthritis? What stands the meaning of ABCD? In arthritis, the ABCD pattern we should focus on, we should observe on, we should examine on that particular area. The changes occurs in that systems of the joint. Okay. ABCD stands for A is alignment, B is bony mineralization, C is cartilage space, D is distribution, and another one is S, that is soft tissue. In this area of a joint, the changes may occur. We can observe on that particular regions. Okay. Next, about the knee joint. The knee joint is a hinge type synovial joint which is of femoropatellar and femorotibial joint. The knee joint is one of the strongest and most important joints in the human body, right? It allows the lower leg to move relative to the thigh while supporting the body's weight. Movements at the knee joint are essential to many lots of everyday daily living activities, including walking, running, sitting, and standing as well. The knee, also known as the tibiofemoral joint, as I described, is a synovial hinge joint and it's formed between the bones, the femur, tibia, fibula, and patella. Right. So in the next image, you can see the ligaments of the knee joint. Here at the medial area, that is towards the medial line of the body, that is the medial collateral ligament is present. At the lateral part of the body, the lateral collateral ligament is present. And in between the knee joint, the anterior and posterior cruciate ligaments are present. There are two kind of meniscus are there in the knee joint. One, you can see that is lateral meniscus on the lateral part and medial meniscus on the medial part of the knee joint. What are the nerve supplies? The femoral nerve, the sciatic nerve, and the obturator nerve. Okay. So here in this image, you can see that here is femur, below is tibia, and on the lateral part, that is fibula. Here in the medial part, the medial collateral ligament is present, and in above the tibia bone, there is a medial meniscus. Okay, in the lateral part is a lateral meniscus, and on the patella, you can find the patellar ligament. Okay, so next is our topic, osteoarthritis of knee. Okay, so I hope so far so good, and you have already cleared about what is arthritis, what is the difference between osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Then come to our today's topic, that is osteoarthritis of knee. Okay, osteoarthritis of knee is very commonly known as degenerative joint disease that is typically the result of wear and tear and progressive loss of articular cartilage. Right? Osteoarthritis is typically a progressive disease that may eventually lead to disability. The intensity of the clinical symptoms may vary from each and every individual cases. However, they typically become more severe, more frequent, and more debilitating over time. The rate of progression also varies for each and every individual cases. Osteoarthritis is the most common type of arthritis. While it can occur even in young people also, the chances of developing osteoarthritis rises after the age of 45 normally. So next, what are the common causes of osteoarthritis? The one and most common cause of osteoarthritis is obesity. What is obesity? Obesity means the overweight of the body. Next cause is joint hypermobility or instability. Next is malpositioning of the joint, that is valgus or varus posture. Another cause may be there, that is previous injury to the joint. If there is any previous history of the injury of the joint. Example, you can take the fracture along articular surface, that is tibial plateau fracture. Other causes are congenital defects, immobilization and loss of mobility, and few times it follows also the family history. Metabolic causes like rickets, also the causes of osteoarthritis of knee, right? What are the symptoms of osteoarthritis? The symptoms are very common, like pain that increase when you are active but get a little better with rest. Next is swelling, feeling of warmth in the joint, stiffness in the knee, especially in the morning or when you have been sitting for a while, decrease in mobility of the knee, making it difficult to get in and out of chairs or cars, use the stairs or walk, creaking, crinkly sound that is heard when the knee moves. Okay. Osteoarthritis of the knee, how we can diagnose this? The diagnosis of knee osteoarthritis will begin with a physical examination by physiotherapist or a doctor. The, the image diagnosis includes the X-ray, MRI, etc. Okay. What are the risk factors of osteoarthritis? There is very common and few risk factors are there, that are increased age, most common in female, as we know very well, female, bridging muscle weakness, increased bone density, malalignment, proprioceptive, obesity, injurious physical activity. These are the risk factors of osteoarthritis of knee joint. Okay. Then the pathological process. The process of osteoarthritis affects the articular cartilage, mainly type 2, that covers the articular surface of the bone. When osteoarthritis starts to develop, the reaction are disrupted, leading to changes in the collagen of the cartilage. Disruption in the equilibrium, which results in the disorganized pattern of collagen and loss of articular cartilage elasticity. Okay, this results in cracking and fissuring of the cartilage, which leads to the erosion of the articular surface. Cartilage that has damaged can't be recovered completely. Okay, the cartilage will continue to wear away. Once the cartilage has worn away, bony surface will start to be affected. The bone will expand and spores, that is osteophytes changes or osteophytes are developed in that area. As you can see very clearly in the image, that is the normal knee joint with the proper covering of the cartilage. But here in the osteoarthritic knee in the second image, the destruction of the cartilage occurs, which is gradually increases. Next, the source of pain. What are the sources of pain? Synovial inflammation, joint effusions, bone marrow edema, osteophytes, outside the joint also, including bursa. That's are the common sources of pain near the knee. Okay. Next is how we can diagnose by seeing a X-ray and differentiate it with a particular grade. Okay, as we know that ONE can be subdivided into 5 grades. Okay, as per the clinical examination with the X-ray report, we can diagnose these grades. The first one is grade 0. Grade 0 is the normal knee health. That is good. Grade 1, that is very minor bone spore growth and is not experiencing any pain and discomfort. In grade 2, this is the stage where people will experience symptom of the first time. They will have pain after a few days walking or too far walking and will sense a greater stiffness in the joint. It is a mild stage of the condition, but X-ray will already reveals the greater bone spur growth. The cartilage will likely remain at the healthy size here. The next one is grade 3, that is moderate osteoarthritis. Okay. In, in this grade 3, frequent pain during movement, joint stiffness will also be more present, especially after sitting for a long period and in the morning commonly. The cartilage between the bones shows obvious damage and the space between the bone is getting smaller. That means here the space between the tibia and the femur are gradually reduced. In grade 4, this is the most severe stage of osteoarthritis. The joint space between the bones will be dramatically reduced. The cartilage will almost be completely gone. That means completely disrupted in this grade. Okay. And the synovial fluid will be decreased. This stage is normally associated with high level pain and discomfort during walking or moving the joint, as well as the prolonged sitting or standing also. The radiographic findings of osteoarthritis. The findings are joint space narrowing, osteophyte formation, subchondral cyst, subchondral sclerosis. Early stage of osteoarthritis shows a minimal, unequal joint space narrowing. In severe osteoarthritis, the joint line may disappear completely. Differential diagnosis of meniscal pathology, patellar femoral syndrome, gout, rheumatoid arthritis, septic arthritis, hip osteoarthritis, referred lower back pain, ligament injury, that is ACL or PCL rupture. What are the examination? In the examination, one is subjective, another one is objective assessment, right? First one is subjective assessment. In subjective assessment, take a proper history of pain, including when the pain started, if it was a gradual or sudden, if there was any previous injury to the same knee. The common subjective symptoms of the knee osteoarthritis are early morning stiffness, dull achy pain, pain after sitting, pain after increased activity, reduced mobility, difficulty weight bearing on the affected leg, decrease in the abilities of the daily living activities or the functions. Sleep may be affected also. In the objective assessment, after a thorough subjective assessment, it may be clear the diagnosis of the patient already, right? However, it is always necessary to perform an objective assessment to rule out the differential diagnosis and provide objective outcome measures such as range of motions of the movement or of the joint. Observation of the knee. It may be enlarged, swollen, or red if the osteoarthritis is very reactive or irritated. These are the objective assessments. Okay, first one is observation of the knee. Second one is observation in general. What? The movement patterns at rest and when performing stimulations of daily living activities, such as getting up from and down on a chair. Next is gait assessment. Use a walking aid may be required due to pain. Is there any stiffness during gait? Is there any significant reduced weight bearing of the affected knee? Then palpation. Palpation is swelling, temperature changes on it, on the joint area, joint-like tenderness may all be present in the acutely aggravated osteoarthritis knee. Next is range of motion. Flexion and extension may be limited due to stiffness or formation of osteophytes in the joint. Strength. Reduced strength is normal in osteoarthritis knee due to pain and disconditioning, right? Normal functional activities such as climbing stairs may be affected also. Next is balance, may be affected due to pain. This needs to be assessed and rule out false risk. Then the managements, the treatments of osteoarthritis. The first one is pharmacology recommendations for osteoarthritic knee. Mostly in the pharmacological recommendations or the medicines are used like oral NSAID drugs like tramadol, etc. And like they also used for the joint health like calcium, vitamin D3, etc. Okay. Next is there is a injection also doctors use. It is plasma rich or plasma rich plasma injections. Okay. The next, the surgical procedures are there. If the severe osteoarthritis are occurred, in that the various surgical procedures like osteotomy, arthroplasty, and arthrodesis are done by the surgeon. Now, next is our physiotherapy management. The physiotherapy management is subcategorized into long term and short term, right? So we will discuss this area on the next video with the particular demonstration. Okay. So thank you.